Gijón, or Gijón, is the largest city and municipality in the autonomous community of Asturias in Spain. Early medieval texts mention it as Gijón. It is located on the Bay of Biscay, approximately 20 kilometers north of Oviedo, the capital of Asturias. History. Prehistory and Romanization. The first evidences of human presence in what is known nowadays as municipality of Gijón are located in Monte Deva, where exist a series of tumulus, and in Monte Ario, where there are some Neolithic dolmens. These dolmens were discovered in 1990 and is supposed it was built about 5000 BC. The first noticed settlement is located in Campo Torres. It has its origin between the 6th and 5th centuries BC. It was populated by Astures and later Romanized. Niga was progressively abandoned when the Roman wall in the peninsula of Simavilla, called the Gijón, was built. This wall was the most important one of the Roman Asturias, and it should be an important port of the Cantabric Sea route, and also it crossed the center of Asturias by Lucas Asturim and linked in Asturica Augusta with the Ruta de la Plata. Some remains of this stage are the Roman baths of Campo Valdés, the Roman wall and the Roman village of Arenys. Middle Ages and Modern Era. Despite the barbarian invasions, left no trace. It seems the territory was submitted to the power of the Visigoth king Sisbut in the 7th century. From this moment it could appear the first Christian worship demos, where one of its places was the Roman villa of Arenys. Gijón was capital of the Muslim territories in the Cantabric Sea, under the power of Munazir, who dominated the city between 713 and 718 or 722. In this last year, Asturians won the Battle of Covadonga, started in 718 and led by Pelagius, who would become the first king of the Kingdom of Asturias. Until 1270 there were no reliable news of Gijón, with only short mentions in some documents. In this year, Alfonso X of Castile conceded the category of Puebla. In the 14th century, the war between Alfonso Enriquez of Castile and Henry III of Castile finished with the village of Gijón fenced, burned and totally destroyed, practically disappearing. In the 15th and 16th centuries, Gijón was again developed. A new dock was built in the port, adding fishing and commerce to the area. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Gijón started to have great development, growing out of the old city center. This happened when the port of Gijón had commerce with the American colonies. In the 18th century, due to the French invasions, the wars and the financial trouble in the era, the development stopped until late in the century, when the Oviedo-Gijón road was created and the port was recognized as the best one in Asturias, favoring the start of industrial activities in the village. Contemporary history. The 19th century brought with it great development, with the commerce of coal, the Gijón-Leon road and later the Langreo-Gijón railway. All this supposed the quick expansion of the port, due to the heavy traffic intensity in it. A new port, El Musel, was built in 1893 and it was the first coal port of the peninsula. Gijón was going through a conversion to an industrial village with a new bourgeois and an urban development, opening new streets and squares, with new municipal equipments like water, garbage collection, lighting. All this industrial development brought new manpower to the city and the creation of new neighborhoods like Natahoyo, La Calzada, Tremaines or El Humedale. In the 20th century, with the Spanish Civil War, the city supported the Republican faction. The army was located in El Coto. The resistance was eliminated in August 1936. Later, the village was the capital of the Sovereign Council of Asturias and Leon until the 20th of October 1937, when the troops of General Francisco Franco occupied the city. Ferrous metallurgy was the main industry of Gijón from the last years of the 19th century until the last decades of the 20th. Uninsa was created in 1971, and it merged with Enside in the last years of the century, was converted in Australia, and integrated in Arsala. The last decades of the century brought an industrial crisis affecting mainly the ferrous metallurgy and the local shipbuilding. These facts brought new terrain for the creation of new beaches, parks and new neighborhoods. It was also created a campus of the University of Oviedo. Geography. The city is situated on the coast of central Asturias, from sea level to an altitude of 513 meters at Picu San Martin and 672 meters at Peña de los Cuatro Juices, bordered on the west by Carreño, the east by Villaviciosa, and to the south by Cerro and Clanera. The city is situated along the Asturian coast and is distinguished by the peninsula of Simavilla, which separates the beach of San Lorenzo and adjacent neighborhoods to the east from the beaches of Poniente and Arbail, the shipyards, and the recreational port, and the port of El Musel to the west. It is close to the other main Asturian cities, Oviedo and Avales. Districts. Gijón is divided in 6 districts: Center, East, South, West, El Llano and Rural. In this last one, all the peri-urban zone and the rural parishes are integrated. Neighborhoods and parishes. Culture. During the early years of the 19th century, the then very small town of Gijón was best known for its college or high school known as the Real Instituto Asturiano, founded by Jovellanos. The city hall's sports and culture programs for citizens is wide, including the innovative Abierto hasta el Amanecer nocturnal program, which tries to involve teens in cultural and sporting activities as an alternative to weekend nightlife. Gijón has 13 libraries in its cultural city centers, which feature a wide network of swimming pools and gyms. One of the most important cultural events in the city is the International Film Festival, recognized as one of the best in Spain. There is also a literary festival, Semana Negra, museums and art galleries, Museum of the Asturian People, Railway Museum of Asturias, Nicanor Pinol Museum, Roman Terms Museum of Campo Valdés, Juan Barjola Museum, Evarist Vale Museum. International Bagpipe Museum contains bagpipes from around the world, focusing on the Asturian musical heritage and bagpipes. Atlantic Botanical Garden, Archaeological Park Campo Torres, Revillagigedo Palace and Museum, Gijón Aquarium, Roman Town of Orense, Laboral Centro de Art y Creación Industrial. Universities. There are 2 campuses located in Gijón, one of the University of Oviedo and other of the National University of Distance Education. University of Oviedo Gijón Polytechnic School of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Electronic Engineering, Computers and Systems Engineering, Chemical Engineering and Telecommunication Engineering. School of Civil Navy, Faculty of Commerce, Tourism and Social Sciences, Jovellanos, Public Administration and Management, Trade and Marketing, Tourism and Social Work. National University of Distance Education. Gijón also has a delegation of the UNED, where different disciplines can be studied by distance. Sports. In team sports, Gijón's professional football team, Sporting de Gijón, plays in the Spanish La Liga, with AB Gijón Jovellanos competing in Liga ASOBAL, one of the most important leagues of team handball in the world. In women's sport, Gijón Hockey Club is one of the most important rink hockey teams in Europe. CSI Gijón is Spain's official show jumping horse show, and it's held annually in Gijón's equestrian facility. There is also a private sports club in Gijón with more than 33,000 members, Real Grupo de Cultura Covadonga, the biggest club in Asturias. Not far from Gijón, there are several ski resorts in Asturias, the main being Valgrande Pajares. The city's marina houses an important fleet of yachts and is the base for many water sports, being Royal Astur Yacht Club the most important yacht club in town. Sports centers. The biggest sports centers in Gijón are Estadio El Molinón, with 30,000 seats, Plaza de Toros de El Bibio with 12,000 and Palacio de Deportes with 5,000 seats. The city has in total 13 public sports centers with swimming pools, gyms and saunas. Swimming pools are free for children up to age 14. Economy. For much of the 20th century the town was heavily dependent on mature heavy industries, but at the end of the Franco era, tertiary sector employment began to expand rapidly along with the city's population, which by 2007 stood officially at 277,897 for Gijón proper, and approximately 380,000 for the total Gijón agglomeration. The port is at the center of many of the local businesses. Apart from directly port-related activities, the economy is based on tourism, steel, other metallurgy, livestock rearing and fisheries. Climate. Gijón has a temperate oceanic climate typical of the Atlantic coast of Spain, with cool summers and wet and mostly mild winters. The onshore flow from the Atlantic Ocean creates a cool summer and mild winter climate where severe heat and very cold temperatures are rare. The narrow temperature range is demonstrated by the record August temperature being only 6.4 degrees Celsius warmer than the all-time record January temperature. The climate is wet and cloudy by Spanish standards, but is indeed drier than other locations on the Atlantic in the country. Humidity is high year-round. Summer temperatures are very consistent as proven by the fact that the all-time warmest month of August 1997 had an average temperature of 20.9 degrees Celsius, and no month has ever been recorded at an average high above 24.7 degrees Celsius in comparison to the 23.2 degrees Celsius August normal high. Another clear underlining of the marine influence is that the coolest ever August has been as near the average as 17.9 degrees Celsius. Pollution. Gijón was marked and singled out as one of the pollution hotspots in Western Europe in a 2015 report from the International Institute for Applied Science Systems, where predecisions for 2030 conditions were made. The Gijón and Oviedo region was marked much higher than any other Spanish metro area. This in spite of the much larger population in Madrid and Barcelona, for example. This was attributed to heavy industrial activities. Since outdoor air pollution is a major cause of premature death in Europe, the excessive pollution is a major concern for Asturias. A Spanish government study conducted in 2010 regarding life expectancy in relative communities, Asturias was ranked lowest for male life expectancy, with 76.7 years from 2007 readings. However, female life expectancy was 84 years and normal among autonomous communities. However, even the male life expectancy is only just below Western European standards, and exaggerated by the high Spanish life expectancy rate. Considering a vast majority of the Asturian population lives in proximity to the Gijón heavy industrial activities, these figures for especially female relative health still contributes to a position that Gijón is still a safe location to live. The numbers for disability-free life expectancy has risen significantly both for males and females in the area since 1986 according to the report. Transport. Airports. Gijón is served by Asturias Airport, about 38 kilometers from the center of the city. It is located in the municipality of Castrillón. The airport is connected to the city by the A8 motorway, the N632 national highway, and scheduled bus service. It has regular flights to the following destinations: Barcelona, Brussels, Fuerteventura, Geneva, Gran Canaria, Ibiza, Lanzarote, Lisbon, London, Stansted, Madrid, Malaga, Palma de Mallorca, Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Seville, Tenerife South and Valencia. Operating companies are Air Berlin, Air France, Air Europa, Iberia or Iberworld. Seaport. The service offered by LD Lines has been cancelled in Gijón. The closest ferry services are now in Santander and Bilbao. Actually, Gijón still having a good freight service by El Musel. Public transport. Gijón currently has 21 bus lines, which are: Line 1 BRT, Cerralero, Cabuines Hospital; Line 2, El Corte Inglés, Cabuines Hospital; Line 4, El Lauredo, Viescs, University Campus; Line 6, Musel, Alcampo, Polígono de Porcio, Polígono de Zarrachina; Line 10, Pumarín, Candenal, Cabuines Hospital; Line 12, Cerralero, Monteville, Contruches; Line 14, Polígono de Somonta, Tremaines, Infanzone; Line 15, Nuevo Rosas, Viescs, Cabuines Hospital; Line 16, Estación Ferrocarril, Viga; Line 18, Nuevo Gijón, Cabuines Hospital; Line 20, Monteville, Samillo; Line 21, Jove Hospital, La Campa-Torres; Line 24, Montiana, La Pedrera, Murillo; Line 25, Tremaines, Infanzone, La Rolla; Line 26, Gijón, Deva; Line 28, PZA, Del Humedale, El Molinón; Line 30, PZA, Del Humedale, FIDMA; Line 34, Fomento, Musel; night bus service. Line 41, El Cerralero, PZA, Del Carmen; Line 42, Nuevo Rosas, Pumarín, PZA, Del Carmen; Line 43, Contruches, Llano, Coto, PZA, Del Carmen; Line 44, Vega, Viescs, Arena, PZA, Del Carmen. Railway. The city is served by the Gijón railway station. Roads and highways. Government. Since the Spanish transition to democracy, PSOE governed continuously during 32 years, from 1979 to 2011. Since the 11th of June 2011, the city mayor is Carmen Morillón of Asturias Forum, who was supported with the votes of the Popular Party. Councillors. Distribution in local elections. Mayors in democracy. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Gijón is twinned with